Yeah, niggas. Welcome to another one. Another weekend of books. About to start another one tomorrow. Yeah. Let's get this shit crack-a-lack-a-latin. Thanks for coming through, everybody who did. Let's about to get this show popping.
This one for my guac getters and my hooligans, and my hooligans, and my hooligans. Pre spitting that rap crack Peruvian.
Welcome to Super 4 Central. This is the warm-up episode 10. I am your host, Supreme Zilla. Today is Sunday, February 23rd, 2020, and this is the best hour you ain't heard yet. So sit back, roll up, pull up, and let's kick this week off right. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tune in Friday nights to us on Talk Dat Tawwk at 9 p.m. on the Heist Manifold channel. And now, without further ado, here's this week's warm-up. How's everybody doing today? So, people say they don't see me a lot on this joint, and I don't put myself up here to see for people to see me a lot, but since I am becoming bigger, I guess a little bit, I'm gonna start showing y'all some shit. So what up? Welcome to Super 4 Central. Welcome to the warm-up. This is episode 10. We did 10 episodes, y'all. So if y'all know Preem, y'all know how Preem get down. We about to kick it into this music thing real quick. So everybody sit back, enjoy a couple songs with me while we get this shit cracking, and I'll roll this blunt, and we're gonna make this shit crack. So fuck with me.
I gotta love y'all. Listen, love y'all. So if you ever had love, so if you gotta love, just put your hands in the air. When you feel like you just don't care. I got a love that came from open air. So if you gotta love, now I can give a lot of reasons because, but the only reason that matters is because we supposed to be happy. You happy cause I'm happy. I'm happy so you awesome. Nothing forced to strain, no problems don't cause them. All natural, no germs or love perms. Got me drunk off your give me out of love rum. Ha, I think I pulled me a shot. We far away so we supposed to be not. Hope you're not the average. Taking this flights with no baggage, first class, destination, no asking. As long as we together, we good. And haters gon' hate, that just mean that we should. And we ain't gon' break, made out of tough stuff, sure. You say you feeling something, I'll be there soon with that good. Loving that I can only give thee. You got the kind of love that you can only give me. I gotta love, y'all. I said I gotta love, y'all. That was sent from up above, y'all. I said we taking these fights with nothing above, so double meaning in that. I gotta love, y'all. That was sent from up above, y'all. Sometimes I wonder if love the hug. So if you gotta love, Jalil and Kim Yada sitting in a tree. I cut that tree down and build a house for my queen. It's not a thing to a king of my being. When dudes out of their league, my mind too deep. And our comprehension level is on a whole nother level. So we in tune together like bass, fader, and treble. When it's storming, I'm her umbrella. When it's cold, she my all-weather butter, soft leather. No other woman could ever feel a boss better. She keep me smiling like when Celie found them lost letters. I make her blush till she tell me I'm too much. And I ain't stopping cause that's better than not being enough. And not being to us is not acceptable, so trust. I'm trying to be everything that any feeling can touch. Any feeling as flush as this can only be for my luscious sugar lips. I gotta love y'all. I gotta love y'all. That came from up above, y'all. I said sometimes I wish I could just give love a hug, y'all. Found them lost letters. So if you gotta love, yeah, now that's a love, y'all. KO. So if you gotta love, if you gotta love that love you, love that love just like that love you. and let that love give you the love it loves too. Hold that love and tell your love I love you. If you gotta love that loves you, love that love just like that love loves you, and let that love give you the love it loves too. Hold that love and tell your love I love you. I gotta love. If you gotta love that love you, love that love just like that love love you, and let that love give you the love it loves too. Hold that love and tell your love I love you. If you gotta love that loves you, love that love just like that love loves you, and let that love give you the love it loves too. Hold that love and tell your love I love you. I gotta love y'all. Love you too, girl. So if you gotta love, so if you gotta love, so if you gotta love. So if you gotta love,
Beats me, beats me, beats me, beats me.
This something you can ball, you can stunt to. This something you can blaze you a blunt to. This something you can bump when you get right. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night, in the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night, in the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. This something you can ball, you can stunt to. This something you can blaze you a blunt to. This something you can bump when you get right. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night, in the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night, in the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. Show Shotzilla, yes sir, what it do? No matter if you build a wall, I'ma run it through. I get it bumping like pain, make the booties move. You niggas hating on Preem, check your attitude and get in line. I can get mine, I'ma get yours, call it true crime. We on the scene, mask up with the straps on, cause haters looking for a chance to get their clap on. I'm out of space with it, about a light year. You looking for the real shit, we right here. J. Crow on the jeans with a black tee. I run these niggas out the game like an athlete. The Jones Street bomber, no more drama. I don't fuck with lames, you bring bad karma. The foes on the scene getting cake right, and this the shit I'ma pump in the late night. This something you can ball, you can stunt to. This something you can blaze you a blunt to. This something you can pump when you get right. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night, in the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night, in the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. This something you can ball, you can stunt to. This something you can blaze you a blunt to. This something you can bump when you get right. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night, in the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night, in the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. Not just cruise, cruise. I'm so smooth, smooth. Flows hot enough to heat 'em in the wintertime. Pussy niggas on my plate, yep, dinner time. Cause I'ma finish mine, committed to the cause. You niggas knockoffs, swag full of flaws. Zilla got the balls. Big brass, the hardest nigga in your team, make 'em kiss ass. You see the foes on stage, then get 'em up. Pop 95, nigga, I'ma hit 'em up. Zilla 2010, bitch, I'ma take 'em out. You got your heater in the trunk, better bring 'em out. I do it for the South, I do it for the foes, I do it for the Cove, and everybody knows that ain't nobody hotter than a Zilla, man. You need you something to bump, here's a killer, man. This something you can ball, you can stunt to. This something you can blaze you a blunt to. This something you can pump when you get right. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night, in the late night. This something you can pump in the late night. In the late night, in the late night. This something you can pump in the late night.
Man, fuck swag, I got demeanor. Hop up out my bed, grab my cash and my Nina. Funny dummy lanes try to ike me like Tina. You know the boy bad, way past misdemeanors.
Man, fuck swag, I got demeanor. Hop up out the bed, grab my cash and my Nina. Funny dummy lane, try to ike me like Tina. You know the boy bad, way past misdemeanor.
Graduated felony, stacking up some Benjis. Want the whole cow, fuck the beef, milk, and cheese. Get my dough, get my rocks, get my Glock, hit the block, posted up around the clock. Fuck the cops, I'm wrecking shop. These niggas is fake, look how they wave. I'm 100, 365 days. I see money, I want it, I'm trying to get paid. You the 100, you running, the vulture eat spray. Every day is a goddamn miracle. I woke up this morning, cornflakes for cereal. Haters be hating, man, but I ain't even hearing you. Ahead of you rap lame, so I ain't even near you. True shit, loose lips, sink ships. Your head ain't bulletproof, you can't duck this. Your legs ain't bulletproof, you can't jump this. Your bitch ain't bulletproof, she can't fuck this. Man, fuck swag, I got demeanor. Hop about my bed, grab my cash and my Nina. Funny dummy lanes try to ike me like Tina. You know the boy bad, way past misdemeanors.
Man, fuck swag, I got demeanor. Hop up out the bed, grab my cash and my Nina. Funny dummy lane, try to ike me like Tina. You know the boy bad, way past misdemeanor. You pussy motherfuckers got the game all twisted. Preem, how you niggas doing last with the fishes? I pop off, make you use the last of your wishes. You featherweight, dude, just fell off a pigeon. Seems like Preem's what the game's been missing. You fuck niggas killing me with all that bitching. I feed you the gift all day like Christmas. Step up to the mic, watch the boy get city. Man, fuck swag, I got demeanor. Hop up out the whip with my hand on the Nina. Pussy niggas high when they see me with the heater. Turn the volume up, it's the foes in your speakers. Bad to the bone, I don't need no preachers. The flow too wild, way past misdemeanors. Call me the grouch by the way that I treat ya. Professor Preem's back by the way that I teach ya.
Man, fuck swag, I got demeanor. Hop up out my bed, grab my cash and my Nina. Funny dummy lanes try to ike me like Tina. You know the boy bad, way past misdemeanors.
Man, fuck swag, I got demeanor. Hop up out the bed, grab my cash and my Nina. Funny dummy lane, try to ike me like Tina. You know the boy bad, way past misdemeanors. Welcome back to Super Fold Central. This is the warm-up episode 10. Thank you guys for coming through today, tonight, depending on where you at, I guess. Thanks a lot again for coming through. This is Preemzilla, one half of the Super Folds and 1/3 of the Talk Dat Tawwk All-Stars. And we just getting into our shit today. Hope everybody had a good weekend. This is actually the last day of a nigga vacation. Gotta go back, punch that clock tomorrow. So, boo to Mondays. But while we still got a hold of it, we're gonna hold on to it. So right now, we're gonna go ahead and get in our first segment of the show today. And that is This Year in Rap History. Used to be This Week in Rap History, but niggas don't put out albums every week, right? So we're going to solve this year in rap history. And the year we're going into today is 2007. So first up on my list for 2007 on This Week in Rap History is the homie Plies with The Real Testament. Now, Plies, I love this album because it was like really my intro into Southern hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They was popping. And Plies was like popping to me, and he got some mixed reviews on this album and shit, but that's Plies, man. That shit was hot to me, and I was digging it. So shout out to Plies on that shit. Real Testament. It came out August 7th, 2007. Yeah, I'm sitting here reading my facts and shit, and he had dropped 2 mainstream singles, Shawty and Hypnotized, you know, and it was originally called The Real Nigga Bible. A lot of niggas don't know that. It was called The Real Nigga Bible. And this nigga dropped 5 different versions of that shit. I guess that's the 5 he holding up. Nah, I'm bullshitting. We know what it's for. But it was called The Real Nigga Bible, and this joint peaked up at number 2 on the Billboard 100, and it went platinum. I mean, it was a hot album. It had more hits on it than Shawty and Hypnotized. And if you want to go and cop that shit, go cop that shit. It's some dope shit. Next up, on motherfucking this year in rap history, we got the homie Rich Boy with his self-titled album Rich Boy. And back in 07, Rich Boy was popping to me. Like, he had some good music. He had a different swag, a different style. And that shit was kind of dope to me. And, you know, everybody know throw some D's on that bitch. Just bought a Cadillac, throw some D's on that bitch. That joint had good remixes and shit. He also had Boy Looky Here. And if you a Rich Boy fan, y'all know that Boy Looky Here was like, that shit'll bust your motherfucking speakers out your trunk. Rich Boy still do it. Boy Looky Here. Come on, man. That shit was hot. He had guest appearances by everybody on this motherfucking album. This nigga had guest appearances by David Banner, Polo the Don, Kerry Hilson, Big Boy, Pastor Troy, John Legend, Andre 3 Stacks, Jim Jones, Nelly, and Murphy Lee, and The Game. Nigga, he spent his whole advance on his motherfucking guest features, I'm sure. Ha. But yo, that's motherfucking Rich Boy. Next up, on this year in rap history, motherfucking 2007, that shit was popping. We got the homie DJ Khaled with We the Best. Now, DJ Khaled come from a realm of not motherfucking rappers, cause you can't tell me no rap DJ Khaled had. But Khaled was more like DJ Clue to me, or you know what I'm saying, like mainstream DJs who got so mainstream that they can put their mixtapes out. They can call niggas up and be like, yo, I got a hot beat. Let's put it on this album and call it a mixtape. And call it a real studio album. And it's dope. I like that. I like the album. It dropped some good hits on it. You know what I mean? We the Best had motherfucking We Taking Over, which T.I. just murdered. Started in Atlanta, then I spread out with it. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi. On to North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. Come on, man. T.I., that was just like one of the best tracks. And Akon was popping back then. So you had the Akon effect on it. And it was dope. So shout out to motherfucking DJ Khaled for that shit. We the best. We the best. A lot of niggas hated it because he had all his ad-libs and shit. But hey, if you fronting the album and you getting everybody seen, do that shit. Hot shit. Khaled. We the best. Next up on this year in rap history, speaking of T.I., we got T.I. versus T.I.P., which was another banger from back then. And it seemed like 07 spewed out a lot of good music. Maybe it was the last of my dying breed of people that was putting them out. But it was hot. This was T.I.'s 5th album, yo. And it was, of course, on his Grand Hustle Records. It was the only album T.I. did that didn't have Toomp on the beat. On no beats. Like, hey, but they linked back up, you know. Toomp been with T.I. since day one. So it was kind of weird for him not to be on there. But it debuted at number 1 on the charts. It was like well anticipated. It had the only single that dropped off of it, official single, was that Big Shit Poppin', Little Shit Stop it. Ball on these niggas, being broke is not an option now. Do it. That shit was busting. So shout out to him on that. He had some hidden hits on that joint. Some of my favorites on that joint was the Dope Man. The dope man, nigga. Hurt. Watch What You Say to Me. Raw. Touchdown. You know, like, it was dope, man. I liked it. It was T.I. bringing you some good T.I. shit. Excuse me. Next up, on This Week in Rap History, or This Year in Rap History 2007, we got the biggest news from 2007. And that was the beef between 50 and Kanye West. So first up, we're going to look at 50 joint Curtis. Now, Curtis debuted at number 2, if everybody remember. It was a big heads up because 50 was big back then. You know, he just come off his movie and that nigga was popping. He was a big shit and he felt like he was big shit. So, boom, he dropped Curtis. So it debuted at number 2. It had I Get Money on it. It had Straight to the Bank. It had Ayo Technology with Justin Timberlake on it. I mean, 50 was stretching his muscle, you know, and he was flexing in there. He was motherfucking Ivan Drago back then, nigga. So shout out to fucking Ivan Drago, 2,000 pound pressure punch 50 Cent, yo. But he came up against a motherfucking whirlwind in motherfucking Kanye West, yo. And Kanye is next up on this list only because Kanye number 1. And they both came out on 9/11, 2007. Kanye moved his date up so he could compete with 50. Money game, money game. And both them niggas ate. They went 1 and 2 in the fucking in sales that week. So this was Kanye's 3rd solo album, and it debuted at number 1, like I said. And I want to say 11 tracks off of this 14-track album was banging. So that's when you know you got a banger. I got a lot to say about it because it wasn't nothing negative to me about it. Like, Kanye touched on every subject in his shit, and it was the Kanye of that time, and I like Kanye of that time. It was dope. Good Morning, Flashing Lights, Stronger, etc., 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 etc. Shout out to Kanye West, yo. And last, but definitely not least on this shit, this week in rap history is the homie Jay-Z. Now I know it seems like every week I'm talking about Jay-Z on this joint. And it's not purposely, it's just that Jay-Z dropped an album a year. And if that ain't work in your career, I don't know what is. I mean, he killed that shit. So work. You gotta work, yo. And this is what work gets you attention. So American Gangster, Jay-Z, came out 11/6/2007, you know, and it was his 10th album. He was inspired by the movie with Denzel in it called American Gangster. You know, the movie where he was the nigga that was getting cake underneath the motherfucking police radar. And they ain't know who he was until they knew who he was. And once they knew who he was, they shut his shit down. And he put a lot of niggas in jail and all that. But he was like bigger than the mob. And it was dope. So Jay-Z used it as inspiration, plus with his background, his history, he used it as inspiration. And he came out with American Gangster. And like I said, this was his 10th number 1 album. But he had that shit taken down from Apple because he wanted this album sold as a collection, not as a single by single by single play in this motherfucking game that Apple could do. And you know, he didn't want Apple piecing money off of his shit. So this was before Tidal, before all that shit. So he had hits on this joint that I like personally, like Blue Magic, like I Know, and I Know, and I Know what you like, you love, baby, you like, ho. She want that old thing back. She want them heroin tracks. Killed that shit, yo. Also had Hello Brooklyn, Rock Boys, and Say Hello to the Bad Guy. Say hi to the bad guy. Man, y'all gotta listen to music, yo. Music is phenomenal. And if you don't listen to music for the lyrics and the story that a nigga work hard to tell you, then you missing out on a lot of great music. And that was this year in rap history, yo. Y'all see Preem trying some new shit. He got a little border down at the bottom and shit. You know, just doing my thing. Showing off my skills and shit. You know what I'm saying? And right now, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get into some new shit. So I want to give a shout out to the homie Heist Man the Foe. Talk That Talk Friday nights. Heist Man the Foe channel. Y'all know how we do. We get wild. I think we went overtime like an hour and a half the other night. So Come through, man. It be wild over there. Shout out to my new co-producer Valzilla, who been killing it, giving me ideas and shit, keeping this show going. She got us to number 10 and number 10 popping. So always shout out to Bay. Shout out to Charlene DeFoe, our second co-host. Shout out to everybody who love our shit. So everybody, thank you, niggas. We're gonna hop into our R&B review real quick because we got a lot of shit to go through in this little bitty hour and some change. So this week on our R&B album review, first up we're gonna talk about the year 1982. And back in 1982, you know, I was fucking 4, so I ain't really know shit about music, but I was listening, you know. And as I grew and some of these songs, these albums with hits came through, we listen more, you know. So first up on this list, we got Atlantic Star with Brilliance. This joint dropped on March 2nd, excuse me, 1982, and it was their 4th album. It had the hit Love Me Down on it in Circles. That's for the old heads who watch our shit. If you do, there's some old R&B for you. Next up on this motherfucking list on our R&B album review, we got the Pointer Sisters. The Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. It was their 9th album, yo. And it came out in July of 1982. I ain't got too much news on the Pointer Sisters. They really just dropped that one song. And I think I like it. Next up, we got a very, very, very young Janet Jackson with her self-titled album, Janet Jackson. This was her debut album, actually. She dropped this joint when she was 16, yo. And, of course, she in that big musical family, you know. She didn't want no help from them, though, because they was already famous. She wanted to make her own name and shit. And so she did. Shout out to Janet Jackson. Her debut album. Next up is one of my favorite albums that I remember from back in the day, looking at my mama record player, is Thriller by Michael Jackson. I think this was like her generation's Enter the Wu-Tang. Like, this shit was crazy, yo. And it was Mike's 6th album by that time. And it was the album that Mike introduced the world to the moonwalk. And you know, niggas dun 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 dun, killed that shit. He had 7 singles on this joint, yo. And all them joints got in the top 10. So you had hits like The Girl Is Mine, you had Billie Jean, you had Beat It. They had You Wanna Be Starting Something, Got to Be Starting Something. You had Human Nature, you had PYT, I Wanna Love You, Pretty Young Thing, You Know You Love It. He was killing that shit. And he had Thriller, of course. So shout out to Michael Jackson, rest in peace to your soul, rest in peace to your musical talents, brother. Next up, we have Peabo Bryson. Peabo Bryson. Don't Play With Fire. 1982, yo. This was his 8th album. It peaked up at number 5 on the charts. He had a few hits. Give Me Your Love. We Don't Have to Talk About Love. Remember When. So Much Love. And I mean, Peabo became one of those voices people remember. I remember him more from, I want to say it was Aladdin, where he did Whole New World. He killed that shit. So shout out to Peabo Bryson on that shit. Next up on our R&B album review from 1982, we got Chaka Khan with her self-titled album, Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan. Nigga, Chaka Khan. This is her 4th album, and she decided to hold that one to her 4th album. And she had a song on it called Slow Dancing with Rick James. You know, she had Got to Be There on it. She was like really the artist who introduced the world to hip-hop R&B collaborations, because she did a song with Melly Mel on this joint. And so shout out to Chaka Khan for giving us a new path, new platform to play our music. And finally on this list of R&B album review 1982, we got the man himself, Marvin Gaye, with Midnight Love. Now, Marvin Gaye is your mom's favorite artist, yo. Like, he had some of the best music ever. And this was the last album he made before he died, yo. And it went 3 times platinum. And it dropped your favorite song, Sexual Healing. Probably got your ass here. When I get that feeling, I want sexual healing. Sexual healing. And then you had Joy, and he had Turn On Some Music. Like, that was our good R&B album review. You know, something quick, you know, something popping, something that, you know, something for the old heads. Because we all going to end up being old heads one day, as long as we stay on this earth. And appreciate your music, yo, because your music going to be in an R&B album review one day. So we remember that. Ha. So I guess this will take a quick moment and get y'all some more songs popping and shit. You know, ain't nothing to it but do it. So we're gonna keep this show going on the road. So fuck with your boy Preem. Stick around. We got some more coming. Fuck with me.
Yeah.
See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. I'm good.
Yo.
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 See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good.
Hell yeah, the devil is a lie. Talking about I don't ride, ready to dump on any squad. I'm a young veteran, use a super rookie. You get hit up in the chest when I swing them thunder cookies. Boy, you need to stop that small talk, I'm taking over. Look a hater in the eye, no cold shoulders. Started off small rocks, now it's big boulders. Heist, bad luck, super 4-leaf clover. Karma's evil twin, doing dirt for no reason. Zilla season, heist, have the shock, my heathens breathing. From the semen I was born to be a prophet. You better stop it, I shoot guns like Tubbs and Crockett. Carolina Vice, this my life. I stole life twice, nice, critical heist. I brought my gun, you came with knife. What's done in the dark comes back to life.
See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. I'm good.
Yo.
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 See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good.
See me in the hood posted with the toasters. PZ murdering niggas from here to Oakland. Watch that mean mugging while you're posing. I ride with the top down, street sweep coasting. Better keep it 100, stop fronting. I'm posted in the hood with the work if you want it. Cove got a nigga built tough like Tonka. 10 and a half to your face when I stomp you. I'm good, I'm good. I'm high, you not, then you should. I got a full clip in mine and I could put some fire to your ass like dry wood. The Cold King, I come to blast you, slash you. I'm on that good, I'm posted with the blaster. Who wanted with the Zillatron? Check your gauges. I'm taking top spots, call it throne invasion, nigga.
See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good. I'm good.
Yo.
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 See me in the hood, posted up, I'm good.
Have you ever been tired? But not physical tired, but like mentally tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Tired of liars lying and burying my homies dying. That's my word, one word can get you murdered. Put your face on the shirt, get buried under the dirt. Last time we met, I greeted with a tech. Or Uzi in the Mac, platinum shell shells through your vest. Never more, never less. I'm trying to get paid. Use a fuck boy, your bitch ass heart pump Kool-Aid. If I kill you, money, my dog gon' be the reason. If I'm lying, God, please stop me from breathing. I was born a heathen, fuck bobbing and weaving. Check the stats on the boy, 28 bodies a season. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of liars lying and burying my homies dying. That's my word, one word can get you murdered. Put your face on a shirt, get buried under the dirt. Have you ever been tired, but not physical tired, but like mentally tired? Have you ever been tired, but not physical tired, but like mentally tired?
Tired of being in the gutter with you motherfuckers. About to flip a couple hundred to a fucking Hummer. I gotta go, ain't trying to die up in this fucking jungle. Way I feel, I'm about to hide out with the fucking bundle. Starting to feel like it's just me against the world. About to hit them old ladies for the pearls. They say do it, Zilla, do it for the well. But when I get it, I don't do it for myself. Yo, I grind. Go hard and get that green. You either winning or losing, no in between. It's like they left me in the forest with the trees. No compass had me living off the seas. But a nigga still strive like a G should. The formulation I'm defecating on these hoods. Increase the knowledge that I started with the prime product. Drop on anything melodic, it's the fucking hottest.
Have you ever been tired, but not physical tired, but like mentally tired? Have you ever been tired, but not physical tired, but like mentally tired?
We got all kind of shit going on in here. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to the motherfucking warm-up episode 10. We ain't gonna do like we did last week and forget to hit our motherfucking buttons right, because we good for that shit. Now, this week, you know, we got a little extra content and shit. We went in, like I said, Valzilla herself decided she was gonna include some topics for us this week, and we appreciate that. Yes, somebody that is going to contribute to the growth of us. Boy, smoking on that loud had you in another plane. So this week we're gonna start up with our first new segment. It's called Then and Now. Now, you know how you hear a motherfucker make a song, but then somebody come out and just destroy that shit and make it the best shit ever. So we're gonna call this category. It's called Here and Now, the best song remakes. So first up on our list, the best song remakes, we got Miss Dolly Parton and Miss Whitney Houston. And the remake they did was I Will Always Love You. And everybody remember the Whitney version from The Bodyguard, but Dolly did it first, and shout out to them. They killed that shit. That shit was popping. Next up, we got Ribbon in the Sky. Ribbon in the Sky, you know who sung that shit? That was Intro and Stevie Wonder. Yeah, Stevie Wonder did it first. Stevie dropped that shit way back in the day, and Intro picked it up. And you know, if you into music like motherfuckers is, they emulate the people that they enjoy. So shout out to them for emulating a good song, and it came out right. Next up on this motherfucking list, we got Sweet Thing by Mary J. Blige and Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan sung it first though, y'all. And Shaka did a great job if you go back and listen to the old school version of it. But then Mary did a good job too. So, because Mary got that voice where she could bring back any hit from back in the day. So, shout out to Sweet Thing on that joint. It was straight. Next up on this list, we got At Your Best. You are love. You're a positive, motivating force within my life. Motherfucking Aaliyah and the Isley Brothers. And the Isley Brothers sung it back in the day. And like I said, you go back and listen to it. They did a really good job on this song. But then Aaliyah had a different voice, and her breathiness of her voice was unmatched. And you'll never hear another one again. So shout out to both of them on that. Rest in peace, Aaliyah, like always. Next up on this list, we got In Vogue and Aretha Franklin with Giving Him Something He Can Feel. Now, this was a good throwback from back in the day. Like, I dig the In Vogue version. That's from the 90s. You know, I'm a 90s kid. And I used to listen to it. And it was played at a lot of parties and shit. And I didn't know Aretha Franklin was the first person to sing this song. And if I would have asked the right old heads like my mama, like people supposed to in this situation, but I didn't, so that's my fault. But this was a good song. Like, it was R&B to me, and R&B has drifted away from that a little bit. You know, it's into a different lane right now. So shout out to them for keeping the hot song hot. And Aretha Franklin did it for the original Sparkle soundtrack, and Sparkle has been remade. So maybe next week we'll do remakes of movies or some shit like that, cause there's a lot of remakes out there. Next up, we got Killing 'Em Softly. Killing 'Em Softly by the Fugees. And the Fugees did it, and then Roberta Flack did it. Well, not then, because Roberta Flack did it first. And everybody knows that song. Killing 'em softly with this song. Killing me softly. Killed it. Next up on this list, we got Stevie Wonder again with the team of Jodeci with Lately. Lately, I've been having the strangest feeling. It was a hot song, man. I love that shit. Jodeci always got a good play. Like I said, that's 90s R&B to me. And maybe you young ones will just, you know, maybe y'all will start doing that shit again. I mean, it's hot. Y'all should be able to do that again and bring some music back like that. And that, my ladies and gentlemen, was a segment we're going to start calling Then and Now. Then and Now. Like I say, next week it's going to be movies. Maybe it's going to be designs or who wore it better. We don't know. But Then and Now has become a staple on the warm-up. Next up, today, you know, like, I was just strolling up and down the internet highway like we always do. And you never know what you come up with, what ideas you come up with while you're strolling. And I started looking into some shit. You know, Preem always got his comic book section on the warm up because I keep my comic heads in tune. And I got some shit for them this week too. So next up on the warm up, we got some of the best hero couples ever. And first up on this list, we got really the best, one of the best, the strongest hero couples ever. And that's Superman and Wonder Woman. Not Superman and Lois Lane. Yeah, Superman and Lois Lane, I feel like that's just the mainstream couple. But if you get deep in the comics, Superman and Lois Lane, Superman and Wonder Woman, excuse me, were the better couple. And Wonder Woman go hard for motherfucking Clark Kent, bro. So shout out to them on that. Next up, we got a great couple, Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, the original Ant-Man and the original Wasp. Now, the reason why they made this because they're the superhero couple, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Shit, fuck. What you think was gonna happen? They gonna make the list. Next up on our list is one of the greatest couples of all time. That's Gambit and Rogue from X-Men. And everybody who watched 90s X-Men animated series, they was digging the tension between Gambit and Rogue. You know what I'm saying? They had that shit cracking. So shout out to them. Next up is one that you might know more of, and that's Vision and Scarlet Witch. And they've been around. They've been a couple for a minute in the comics. You know, that's fucking Vision. That's Scarlet Witch. She go hard for Vision. She'll tear the world up for him. Next up, we got one of y'all favorites, and that is Batman and Catwoman. Yo, I seen some shit with Catwoman supposed to be having Batman baby, yo. Y'all might want to check into that. It's some good breaking news, yo. Catwoman might be having that nigga baby. Next up on this motherfucking list, we got the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm herself, and Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards. Anybody in the comic world know who these two people is. I ain't got to tell y'all. Half of the Fantastic Four right there. Next up on this list, we got another one of my favorite hero couples of all time. That is Jean Grey and Cyclops. Yo, them two go hard for each other. No matter how much Wolverine tried to get it, he couldn't get it, bro. He was tripping. He couldn't get it. That because they go too hard for each other. They go so hard for each other. She decimated his ass when she came back in X-Men: The Last Stand. Go watch that shit and watch how she come to him, or he come to her, and she decimate his ass with a kiss, my nigga. She was strong. And last but not least on this list, we got Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Now, these are probably like B-level comic book heroes to some people, but Luke Cage is sort of invincible, you know what I'm saying? And Jessica Jones is a superhero in her own right. And for them two to hook up, it was wow. Plus they're an interracial couple, which I dig because that's life right there. Shout out to them. And that, my friends, is something I call the best hero couples. And they keep that shit going. And they some of the strongest people you ain't heard of. Shout out to the 3 people that's watching me. Thank you guys for coming out. I don't know who you are because you won't say nothing in the chat. So, it's been a wild one. Friday night was kind of wild, yo. We was cutting up on Fridays. And the motherfucking Talk That Talk show is something that we use to exhale on fucking Fridays to get that shit off our chest from the fucking week that's been bearing down on us. So y'all need to come out to Heistman Defoe channel. Go on your YouTube, type up Heistman Defoe, HEISTMANDAFOE, and like and subscribe to his channel so you can get up with us every fucking Friday night on Talk That Talk. Plus my homie drop videos all week long. So shout out to him. I can't because I work a lot, but you can definitely catch me Friday nights because I am 1/3 of the Talk That Talk All-Star. Next up on our shit this week, we're going to tell y'all what the fuck happened on Talk That Talk this Friday. So on Talk That Talk, we had some craziness. We had a couple of motherfucking guest appearances, you know. We had guest appearances. It was wild. Like I said, we stayed up extra time. And it was one of our strongest videos to date, you know. So, according to Heistman Defoe himself, he said, "What up, dope? Heistman Defoe for Talk That Talk, episode 105. We was talking about big booty white chicks. Would you pay $13 for cereal? Iconic brand logos, tough guys, sus guys, and all types of other randomness. Comment, share, and subscribe to us. Peace." Bro, I mean, Captain Rose called in, the Devious One Drama Club called in. I mean, we was just all at it. And we talked some good shit, man. So shout out to all them that came out and support our show, that support us in the community. Because I noticed the community been tripping lately, bro. Do y'all need a hug? We need to support each other, yo. Like, there don't need to be no violence when everybody doing the same motherfucking thing every week. Why the fuck can't y'all just get the fuck along? I'll say it. Why can't y'all just get along? To all y'all. To all your trolls. To all the motherfucking haters. Just get along, man. Do your shit. Let people do their shit. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you like it, watch it, yo. Give them their support. But don't be tripping, yo. Y'all be tripping. Next up, we gonna do what we do. We drop music around this motherfucker. And next up on our music shit, we gonna drop what you think we gonna drop. Some motherfucking Super Foes. So, get in this shit. Peace.
Have you ever been tired, but not physical tired, but like mentally tired? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of liars lying and burying my homies dying. That's my word, one word can get you murdered. Put your face on the shirt, get buried under the dirt. Last time we met, I greeted with a tech. Or Uzi in the Mac, platinum shells through your vest. Never more, never less. I'm trying to get paid. Use a fuck boy, your bitch ass heart pump Kool-Aid. If I kill you, money, my dog gon' be the reason. If I'm lying, God, please stop me from breathing. I was born a heathen, fuck bobbing and weaving. Check the stats on the boy, 28 bodies a season. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of liars lying and burying my homies dying. That's my word, one word can get you murdered. Put your face on the shirt, get buried under the dirt. Have you ever been tired, but not physical tired, but like mentally tired? Have you ever been tired, but not physical tired, but like mentally tired?
Tired of being in the gutter with you motherfuckers. About to flip a couple hundred to a fucking Hummer. I gotta go, ain't trying to die up in this fucking jungle. Way I feel, I'm about to hide out with the fucking bundle. Starting to feel like it's just me against the world. About to hit them old ladies for the pearls. They say do it, Zilla, do it for the well. But when I get it, I don't do it for myself. Yo, I grind, go hard and get that green. You either winning or losing, no in between. It's like they left me in the forest with the trees. No compass had me living off the seas. But a nigga still strive like a G should. The formulation I'm defecating on these hoods. Increase the knowledge that I started with the crime product. Drop on anything melodic, it's the fucking hottest.
Have you ever been tired, but not physical tired, but like mentally tired? Have you ever been tired, but not physical tired, but like mentally tired?
Two, Carolina, Super Foes, beat these, Preem One, yeah, come on, tell the DJ, turn it up, this is hot, if you rap cackalack and you up in the spot, then Carolina clap for me, shorty Carolina clap for me, tell the DJ,
turn it up. This is hot if you rep Cackalack and you up in the spot. Then Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, shorty Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, chicks in here, yeah, they after me. And my main man Killer, yeah, he rap with me. I'ma make the old folks come and jam with me. Put your hands up, Carolina, clap with me. Shawty, move your thing if you feel the beat. This is heat right here, watch it kill the streets. I'ma give a shout out to the guy you need. Yo, they gave me a mic, so I got to speak. Now Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, if you hustle, move a pack for me. Uh-oh, yo, I'm vicious in the sack, shorty. Uh-oh, the headboard do the clap for me. Uh-oh, and if the Henny in the cup, homie, drink it down. Cause we always crunk when we bring it round. Put the rhythm in the middle, girl, break it down. Put them on to that East Carolina style. Tell the DJ, turn it up. This is hot if you rep Cackalack and you up in the spot. Then Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, shorty Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, tell the DJ, turn it up. This is hot if you rep Cackalack and you up in the spot. Then Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, shorty Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, feeling this here, yeah, I made the track. And I'm strict with the game, so I made the stacks. You know me and OK, had to bring it back. Reppin' all DC down to Cackalack. ATL to the Lou, gon' bob to this. West Coast worldwide, gon' rock to this. Cause it's so damn hot that I'm dropping this. That it got the honeys dancing and popping. When they Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, we can take it to the back, shorty. Uh-oh, she all sweet when she asked for me. Uh-oh, hot cheeks did the clap for me. Uh-oh, and it don't matter where you at, boy, where you from. You can tell all your homies you feel the one. And you feel in my claps and you feel the drums. And we can do the damn thing, man, all night long. Come tell the DJ, turn it up. This is hot if you rep Cackalack and you up in the spot. Then Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, shorty Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, tell the DJ, turn it up. This is hot if you rep Cackalack and you up in the spot. Then Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, shorty Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, tell the DJ, turn it up. This is hot if you rep Cackalack and you up in the spot. Then Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, shorty Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, tell the DJ, turn it up. This is hot if you rep Cackalack and you up in the spot. Then Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, shorty Carolina, clap for me. Uh-oh, oh. Uh-oh, oh. Uh-oh, oh. Go, go. 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 Uh-oh, yeah. Go, go. Yeah. Go, go. Yeah. Go, go. Yeah. Man, that shit had me rocking. That's some old school premium right there, y'all. Excuse me, gotta get that cough out. Bruh. Yo, it's that time of the show. It's everybody's favorite time of the show. It's that time when we drop y'all with some of the craziest news that hit y'all this week. And guess what time it is? It's time for... You see that shit? Now, this week up on You See That Shit, it's rest in peace to the homie Pop Smoke. Dead at 20 years old, bro. And little homie got shot and killed in a home invasion, bro. They said like 4 niggas ran up in this nigga house masked up. 4:30 in the morning, killed little niggas on a robbery type shit. And he had an album came out in July called Welcome to the Party. It had a remix on it with Lil Kim and shit. And it was just like, fuck, this little nigga was 20 years old. You see this shit, bro? You can't even do shit. So, like a lot of old heads been saying to the young niggas, like, stop showing your shit off on social media, yo. Stop showing your shit off on social media. Stop showing your motherfucking shit off on social media, yo. Everybody ain't got to know what the fuck is in your pocket, bro. God, damn, that shit get you fucked up. It is nothing nice out here. Do you see that shit? You see that shit? Next up on You See That Shit. This motherfucking Australian was fucking tripping, bro. This is a motherfucking Australian rugby player, bro. You see him, this beautiful family right there. So, This motherfucker come home and decide he don't want nobody to live no more. And he killed his whole family and himself. Burnt them alive in the car in the fucking driveway of his home, bro. And he had 3 kids, bro. Age 3, age 4, age 6. This crazy motherfucker played for the New Zealand Warriors. And yeah, they were supposed to be separated and making custody arrangements and shit. He set everybody on fire, bro. And it's a shame. It's sad. You see that shit, bro. That shit fucking crazy, yo. Next up, you see that shit because it's still crazier news. Cleveland Browns lineman. Bruh. Greg Robinson. Greg motherfucking Robinson. What the fuck is you doing, bro? You was the number 2 pick in the 2014 draft. Why this motherfucker got busted by Border Patrol? Coming across the border with some motherfucking shit in his car. You don't just get busted by Border Patrol. And you a motherfucking NFL lineman. God damn. They got him for possession with the intent to distribute. Now, you know it wasn't a little bit if he got that charge, yo. Damn, you see that shit? Next up on You See That Shit, we gotta give another rest in peace. Yes, do you see that shit? We already buried 2 motherfuckers on this show today. And today we gotta give a rest in peace and a rest in power to Miss Janae Dubois. Janae Dubois. She used to play on Good Times. And she was Walona. She was Penny foster mama. And people didn't know that she was like an adopted mom. And she killed that shit, yo. It was dope. So I also learned some good facts about this now when she passed, and I'm mad that I didn't know it. So do history on your peoples that you see nowadays because you never know when they gone. Give people their flowers while they here, yo. I learned that she wrote the theme song to the Jeffersons and she sung it. Not just that wrote, she co-wrote it, but she sung it too. That's her voice you hear. Well, we moving on up to the east side. And Jennifer Hudson did a good remake of it when they did the live in front of a studio audience shit. But yeah, Miss Janae Dubois, 74 years old, bro. She had 2 Emmys for her voice work, yo. And her voice work, people didn't know she used to play on the her voice was on the PJs. So if you ever get Disney Plus or some shit like that, check out the PJs. It's dope. Next up on You See That Shit is this motherfucker. This motherfucker, George Zimmerman. Now, y'all guess what George Zimmerman decided he gonna do this week. George Zimmerman is suing for defamation. He's suing Elizabeth Warren and Pete Buttigieg both for defamation. Now, both of them are Democratic hopefuls, and they trying to get elected to be president or whatever. And Trayvon Martin's birthday was a couple weeks ago, and they decided to tweet out some shit, and George Zimmerman didn't take too lightly to it, so he gonna sue both of these motherfuckers. You see that shit? George Zimmerman still staying relevant, y'all. Watch that motherfucker. Next up on You See That Shit, Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie, bruh. In the words of my 15-year-old son, bruh, what the fuck is you doing, bruh? Do you see this shit, bruh? Like, you had the nerve to voice your opinion about this man's his daughter, because it's his daughter. And that's that man business, bro. Like, leave that man child alone, bro. Let that man child. Let them live that good life over there, yo. Stop. You gotta stop voicing your opinion about other nigga shit, bro. Let that nigga live. You rich, bro. You already got your shit. You got a bunch of kids yourself, man. That man raised his kid, yo. That kid wanted to be a fucking rainbow zebra. Let that motherfucker be a zebra, bro. Fuck that shit. Don't say shit about that, man. Next up, we got on You See That Shit. Man, this motherfucker right here decides he's gonna kidnap him, a bitch, and make her watch Oprah so she could understand her racism. Now, I guess this woman said something to him or whatever, or she was racist to him for a minute, and she, he, he, Mr. Robert Lee Noy himself, held the woman captive and forced her to watch motherfucking Roots. And I ain't talking about the new Roots on History Channel. I'm talking about the Roots with motherfucking Geordie from Star Trek up there, yo. With motherfucking Reading Rainbow dude. So he said he did it so she could better understand her racism. And made her watch the whole thing. Told her if she tried to move, he was gonna kill her and throw her body parts along I-30 on the way to Chicago if she decided to move. What kind of shit is that? So he in jail on first-degree harassment charges and false imprisonment. But yo, you see that shit, yo? That's some craziness, bro. Like, niggas, y'all tripping. But that was a little bit this week on You See That Shit. You See That Shit. And that's a lot of crazy news and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, we gonna do something a little different this week. Like, Val, aka Valzilla, gave me another great topic to talk about this week. And I'm gonna talk about it every week. And we're gonna find shit to talk about every week. So, y'all just tune in and enjoy our next motherfucking shit. Like, boom. Shout out to the 4 people that's watching us right now. Thank y'all for coming through. And our next and final category tonight is called On a Positive Note. And sometimes you need some positivity to start your week because tomorrow gonna be crazy. And you want to start that shit off right. You don't want to start that shit thinking about, damn, what you do, what you gotta owe. First things first. Motherfuckers, if y'all filed y'all taxes, that shit's starting to drop. And I know that's going to make y'all happy this week. So just think about that shit coming. But don't spend your pennies before they go. Before you get them. Also, just be positive, man. Think positive and positivity will come your way. Here's a couple of good positive stories that y'all should love this week. First up on a positive note, we got a story about one of my most heated topics now. I'm not a big fan of bullying. I can't say that I hate bullying because I, like probably 70 million people in this planet, have been a victim of bullying before in my time. And sometimes you got to hear a motherfucking message and feel a motherfucking message to keep a check of your kids or make sure your kids are straight. Now, I have been hearing stories about a lot of motherfuckers calling this kid fake or whatnot, but I ain't even really thinking about, I don't give a fuck if it's a grown-ass man or what, but this story is powerful. And thank God that it was brought to light because it's a lot of kids who go to school and get bullied and don't nobody know about it. And it's a lot of kids that get in the car and feel like that after a rough day of being bullied all day. And this kid was diagnosed with dwarfism, okay? So he already got a strike against him when he walked in school. And he just trying to be friendly and trying to keep up with the crowd. And people pick on him, you know what I'm saying? Because he's different. And that shit kind of hit close to home to me. And I don't give, like I told you, I don't tell people I don't give a fuck what the background situation of the story is on this shit. I don't like bullying. And I think it's good that it was brought to light. They raised, like, last time I looked, it was over $200K for this kid to go to Disneyland and stay up in a hotel and forget about all them negative bullies in his life. And I think if you know a bully child, you should try to help them get up out of that shit. Don't just sit back and watch that shit, especially you adults, because it could be your child, yo. What if it's your child, and what if your child got to face that every day? I think like that, yo. Regardless of what you feel about these lookalikes, because I seen like 4 motherfuckers that look like this kid, yo. And hey, I feel like it's this kid. It ain't no reason for them to fake me out. And if they are faking me out, they didn't fake me out because they brought my attention to a situation that goes on in schools every day. And it's because of the social environment that they're in. It's the way of the social environment. And everybody know how that go. Eat or be eating in school. And if you're different, you're eating. And it's wrong, but it happens. And you got to, if you're an adult and you're a teacher or principal or whatever, if you're in the school system, you should keep watch of these kids, because you don't know what the fuck goes on and how they go home. And they go home talking about killing themselves like this kid was. And thank God there's some people that saw this and poured their heart out. So shout out to the people who poured their heart out for this story. So good shit. Appreciate that. Next up, on a positive note, we got this good doctor right here. Now, last Monday was Random Acts of Kindness Day. So, this doctor here decides every patient that came into his doctor facility, whatever they call it, his doctor's office, he decided he was going to pay their copay. So, really, they got a free trip to the doctor. And he took care of like 85 people. No, excuse me, nearly 80. I think it's literally 80. And he spent like over $4,000 in copays on a random act of kindness. He gave them motherfuckers a card when they walked through the door, like, here, we got you today. And that's dope. That's a good random act of kindness, you know what I'm saying? That's somebody who poured their heart out to some good people, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that positivity spread along, and maybe we can spread this positivity out throughout our race, yo. Let's be some positive motherfuckers, yo. Start your week off right. Think about these stories, yo. Next up, on a positive note for you this week, for you to think about this week, this little 5-year-old kid right here from Bartow County, Georgia, woke up in the middle of the night, right? And his motherfucking room was on fire. So if you woke up and your room was on fire, what's the first thing you gonna do? You gonna get the fuck out of the house. 5 years old, you ain't gonna know what the fuck to do. You gonna freeze. You gonna freeze up. Nah, not little homie. You know what he did? He grabbed his 2-year-old sister and got her out the house. Then he went back in the motherfucking house, got his dog out. Then went next door and woke his uncle up and got him to come call the right people to get the fucking shit going. And his whole family survived because he woke up and got shit going. So shout out to him, yo. Shout out to this kid. Raise your kids to save, yo. Protect. He knew off the gate to protect his people. Grabbed his little sister and got it out of there. So shout out to her. Shout out to them. And finally today, finally, last positive thing I want y'all to see is this cab driver right here. His name is Raj Singh, and he's from Roseville, California. Raj Singh picked up a 92-year-old woman, take her to the bank, right? Now, after he talked, they was chatting on their way to the bank. He learned she was going to take out $25,000 to settle an IRS debt. So, if you hear that shit, what that sound like to you? Yup, it sounds like a scam. Sound like a scam to me. So, he suggested it to her, like, ma'am, hold on, I don't know. You might not want to do that. You might want to get a scam. It might be a scam or some shit. And she like, nah, I don't believe you. Nah, I said IRS got us. I need to go get this money. Nah, I don't believe you. He said, all right, cool, I'll take you. So, on his way to the bank, he stopped at the police station. And so, he let the police let the woman know that it was a scam. He like, nah, I'm not about to let you go out here and spend and lose $25,000, yo. So, basically he saved somebody grandmama, great grandmama, mama from spending $25,000, giving $25,000 to a scammer, yo. So shout out to him, yo. And the police, they was nice about it, yo. They gave him a quick $50 gift card and shit, you know what I'm saying, for his work. But I think he deserved more because he saved somebody a lot of money, yo. So shout out to him, man. Yeah. Yo, this was a dope show tonight, yo. I appreciate y'all who came out, all 4 you motherfuckers. Thank you for them 4. Because y'all, I appreciate you. As always, like I said, come fuck with us on Talk Dat Tawwk. Come fuck with us right here on Super 4 Central. We at 46 subscribers right now. Now, maybe we can get to 50. If we get to 50, I might just drop y'all a new track on our channel, you know what I'm saying? Some new music or some old music to me, or maybe something you ain't heard in a while. Hey, tell your friends, come subscribe, like our shit, yo. We dope. It's this Super 4 Central right here. Don't forget to check us out 9 p.m. every Friday night for Talk Dat Tawwk. And like I always give y'all before we go, we got some more music for y'all. We just leave y'all out for music, with some music. So, thanks to all y'all who came through. Fuck with your boy, PEEEEEEAAAAAAAACCCCCEEEEE. Fuck with your team. Talk Dat Tawwk All Stars. Peace.
All I needed was the word. Watch me go up in them, I'm the poison in the booth. Gots to spit the venom, Zilla killing them boys. Murder the competition, who the fuck want what? My hoolies is on a mission for the big bag. Them bands in my hand, feeling like the world mine. You standing on my land, Mr. Torbury, M to the Gisette, abominable. Crime field king supreme, holy phenomenal. The drama, you can keep that. We don't fuck around, too raw for the street. Turn your heart into a clown. Shit's real in the field, you should never come around. About to shut the town down, rap crack by the pound. Get your weight up, minimize my losses so I stay up. You think I'm at the bottom, pass you niggas on my way up, and make you niggas pay up. It's tolls on this road, the richest, the super foes just exposed you bitches, my nigga. I'm making plenty moves, I'm talking plenty moves, trying to stop my rise to the top, it's how you niggas lose. I'm making plenty moves, I'm talking plenty moves, ain't got no time for you critics and your interviews. I'm making plenty moves, I'm talking plenty moves, so you can miss me with your hating and your ridicule. I'm making plenty moves, I'm talking plenty moves. Super foes run the block, we the illest dudes.
See the realest nigga breathing when I brush my teeth. Every night in the mirror, nigga don't sleep. No high blind fake shit, I'm a G. Resume says warning, boss G. Run up if you want, you gon' limp back. Fuck that, you gon' die right where you at. Matter of fact, run a lap, shoot you in the back. Chalk outline your hat. I'm tired of being tired of liars lying and burying my homies dying. Woo. I'm tired of fake snakes, cut the grass straight, born on March 8th. Wanna go, we can go there, we can go there, we don't show fear. Wanna play, we don't play fair, we don't play fair, get from round here.
I'm making plenty moves, I'm talking plenty moves, trying to stop my rise to the top, it's how you niggas lose. I'm making plenty moves, I'm talking plenty moves, ain't got no time for you critics and your interviews. I'm making plenty moves, I'm talking plenty moves, so you can miss me with your hating and your ridicule. I'm making plenty moves, I'm talking plenty moves. Super foes run the block, we the illest dudes. This something you can ball, you can stunt to. This something you can blaze, you a blunt to. This something you can bump when you get right. This something you can rock in the late night, in the late night, in the late night. This something you can rock in the late night, in the late night, in the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. This something you can ball, you can stunt to. This something you can blaze you a blunt to. This something you can bump when you get right. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night. In the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night. In the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. Show Shotzilla, yes sir, what it do? No matter if you build a wall, I'ma run it through. I get it bumping like pain, make the booties move. You niggas hating on Preem, check your attitude and get in line. I can get mine, I'ma get yours, call it true crime. We on the scene, mask up with the straps on, cause haters looking for a chance to get their clap on. I'm out of space with it, about a light year. You looking for the real shit, we right here. J. Crow on the jeans with a black tee. I run these niggas out the game like an athlete. The Jones Street bomber, no more drama. I don't fuck with lames, you bring bad karma. The foes on the scene getting cake right, and this the shit I'ma bump in the late night. This something you can ball, you can stunt to. This something you can blaze you a blunt to. This something you can pump when you get right. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night. In the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night. In the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. This something you can ball, you can stunt to. This something you can blaze you a blunt to. This something you can bump when you get right. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night. In the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night. In the late night. This something you can rock in the late night. Now just cruise, cruise. I'm so smooth, smooth. Flow's hot enough to heat 'em in the wintertime. Pussy niggas on my plate, yep, dinner time. Cause I'ma finish mine, committed to the cause. You niggas knockoffs, swag full of flaws. Zilla got the balls. Big brass, the hardest nigga in your team, make 'em kiss ass. You see the foes on stage, then get 'em up. Pop 95, nigga, I'ma hit 'em up. Zilla 2010, bitch, I'ma take 'em out. You got your heater in the trunk, better bring 'em out. I do it for the South, I do it for the foes, I do it for the Cove, and everybody knows that ain't nobody hotter than a Zilla, man. You need your something to bump, here's a killer, man. This something you can ball, you can stunt to. This something you can blaze you a blunt to. This something you can pump when you get right. This something you can rock in the late night. In the late night. In the late night. This something you can bump in the late night. In the late night. In the late night. This something you can bump in the late